Can you sit in a room in isolation and keep on learning the whole day?
Why you need to go to even university and pay even 10,000 or 10 crores?
You think it will be a right way to learn? मेरी बहन ये कोर्स नहीं करेगी। क्यों नहीं करेगी? क्योंकि ये कोर्स हॉस्पिटैलिटी का है, बहन होटल में काम नहीं करेगी।
There are lots of generation today who's like, I deserve it, man. Matlab, I own it. I need to have this. Many of my audience, including me, would love to know more about UCB. Still, there are only one or two Indian universities who are into even 100 ranking or even 500 best university ranking. Like, why so many Indian students or international students go to UK, Australia? Hey everyone, good evening. As I always don't introduce people because I believe when I introduce people, I don't want to do any mistake or error or faux pas. So I'll ask today's guest, which is none other than Dr. Mrs. Pankaj Mittal, who is General Secretary of Association of Indian University, to introduce yourself. Ma'am, over to you. How are you?
I'm good.
I hope you're comfortable.
I'm
And
comfortable.
again, look, you again been so Indianized and wearing very Indian sari. And for my
Yes.
audience, which is probably international, what is sari and how you drape sari, because that itself is a task. And what are you wearing? Like, what is this art or kala or whatever I say?
This is a katha stitch sari on a silk, and this is the basic color of the silk. This beige color is the basic color of the silk, and this all embroidery is done by hand.
Wow.
So it takes a lot of time to make a katha sari, and
So you get it
I
in
love.
India, you get it. Like, which part of India you get it?
Yes, yes. I mean, now every sari you get everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
India culture, India
hmm,
clothes, food, everything is going global. So it's Indian time.
it's Indian.
It's India time. So tell me more about yourself, no?
So I am Pankaj Mittal. Presently, I am working as the Secretary General of Association of Indian Universities, which is a 100-year-old organization and a very prestigious organization in terms of, like, if you know about the past presidents of AIU, they have been Sir Palli Dr. Radhakrishnan, Dr. Shyam Prasad Mukherjee, Dr. Zakir Hussain, Dr. Sri Mali, Dr. Hansa Mehta. So these type of stalwarts have been the presidents of AIU, and this year we are celebrating the centennial of AIU, and we are into many things, whether it is academics, research, sports, culture, internationalization of higher education. So many areas we are covering, and we engage with almost all stakeholders in higher education, that is vice chancellors, administrators, faculty and students, and we work with all of them. And in my previous avatar, I was my basic means my parent office is University Grants Commission, which is the primary regulator of higher education in the country. So about 30 years I have worked in University Grants Commission, and in between I went as vice chancellor of a rural women university in Haryana. This is the first women university of North India, that is Bhagat Phool Singh Mahila Vishwavidyalaya, a institution which started with the Gurukul in 1936 and became a university in 2008, and I was the founder vice chancellor of the university. So that was the place where I learned a lot, because all through my life I have been making policies for higher education sitting in the air conditioned rooms in UGC. And when I mean, the very same policies which I was making for all these years, when I had to implement those policies, I knew where the shoe pinches.
Very nice.
And that is the time when I learned about the application part of it. And when I came back to UGC after 6 years, I mean, I served 2 years as the vice chancellor of that university. I mean, when I came back to UGC, I think I was a better administrator. I knew what works and what doesn't work.
I mean, so many things to build on. You talk about academics, research, sports, culture. We come to that. But let me first know you more. This is your professional side. If you don't mind, I would like to know more about your personal side. For me, the real human being is more important than professional, because everyone talk about professional. That is, of course, you are a AIU chairman, secretary general. Many will probably invite you, respect you for your post. I want to know you first, or my audience need to love you to know more about you, if you don't mind.
So we had a very, very humble beginning. My father was a school teacher. My mother was a homemaker. We were three brothers and sisters. I was the eldest. So it was a very, very humble beginning. And because my
And where,
father,
where are you from originally?
I was born and brought up in Delhi, but my parents are from Haryana. And since my father was a school teacher, he instilled a lot of values in us, simplicity. He used to say, I mean, simplicity is something which is very, very important. We used to, we were brought up with the concept that first deserve, then desire, and simplicity is best part of it, and then be humble. So we were always humble. So since that time, we have been working in a very humble way, without any airs, on the ground, and we had a very modest beginning. And I did schooling from Ramjas Public School, and then I went to college, Hindu College in Delhi University, where I did my maths honors. From there, I went to IARI, Indian Agricultural Research Institution, where I did my MSc and PhD in agricultural statistics. And after that, I joined, my first job was in National Board of Examinations as a research officer. That was also a very, very interesting episode, in the sense that when 2 years of PhD residency was over, then this job advertisement was there, research officer in National Board of Examination. This is in the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So we never knew what a job interview is like. So my friend said, okay, you apply, just see what a job interview looks like, how do you do it? I said, okay. So then I applied, and then I got a letter for an examination, and that day my mother was not well. So I told my mother that hona to hai nahi hai, why should I go for this interview, and I'll look after you.
And when was this?
This was in 1987.
Okay.
So my mother said, no, I'm okay, you just go and at least you experience what the interview is like. I said, okay. I went there. So they had a written examination, some 55 candidates were there. So they had a written examination, and they told us to wait till the results are out. So by, say, 2 or 3 o'clock, the results were out, 8 people were shortlisted. And then they said, okay, these 8 people will be interviewed today only. So, okay, so I was worrying that I have to go back home and then I have to stay back here. So in any case, all 8 people were interviewed. My first job interview, I didn't have any experience at all. So I gave interview and came back. And then I told my mother कि interview तो अच्छा हो गया, पर we know कि होना तो है ही नहीं है. And then I was silently working and doing other work. So once, after some days, some attestation forms came to our house. And that was police attestation. We were rather afraid, what is this happening? We haven't done anything wrong. This police attestation, what does it mean? So we went to our neighbors, who was an officer in the government. We told him, कि uncle, ये attestation forms आए हैं, इसका meaning क्या है? He says, पागल, तेरी नौकरी लग गई है. So I said, okay.
And you were the first one to get a government job in your family?
My father was also a school teacher, but then this level 1 officer level job was the first one in the family. So then we filled the
क्यों
form.
होता मैम कि होना तो है नहीं?
शुरू में ऐसा लगता है ना कि like without any experience, how will you be selected? कोई experience नहीं है, first job interview and you get selected. So it was something which I still remember.
Do you think now people have changed? Now the young India is very confident or overconfident versus. So I believe we are talking about 3 era, you know, and by no means I'm saying that you're old. You know, you are. No one can say you're old, right? But you are in that era when India was coming up. You know, pre-liberalization or liberalization. Then I come from era wherein I would say things were getting better, and today it's at least things are like India had not only arrived, India is looked upon, you know, as a global power, you know. So and you've been across all 3, you know. So let me first go back to your point that ऐसा क्यों लगा आपको? क्योंकि उस समय अंडर कॉन्फिडेंट होते थे हम लोग.
हाँ, I was very underconfident. I never thought कि ऐसा भी job मिल सकता है. I thought we have to struggle a lot for getting a job. Without struggling, when you get a job, so you really feel nice. And
but वो struggle आप क्योंकि एक वही ना, हम जैसे आपने बोला always being simple, always be honest, humble, बिना मेहनत के मिलना ही नहीं है, मिलना भी नहीं चाहिए. Versus I'm not categorize everyone.
मतलब don't use the word मेहनत. मेहनत तो हमने की थी, मतलब all through I was a very good student. Without struggling for a.
But आज के टाइम पे जैसे हमें होता, मैं आपको अपने like you know my mom dad they come from the same background wherein यार बिना मेहनत तो कुछ है ही नहीं. उसके बाद लक भी है, कनेक्ट भी है, सब कुछ होना चाहिए. आज के टाइम पे हम लोग और खासकर जनरेशन जी में हमेशा बोलता हूँ जनरेशन जी दो साइड की है, दे आर वेरी पोलराइज, दे वन हु इज लाइक रॉक स्टार एंड लाइक हम तो इस एज पे गधे थे, एंड अनदर हु इज लाइक मैं आई डिजर्व एवरीथिंग एज यू मेंशन, यू नो यू मेंशन वेरी नाइसली, फर्स्ट डिजर्व देन डिजायर. There are lots of generation today who's like, I deserve it, man. Matlab, I own it. I need to have this. I need to have this phone the moment I start my school. You know. So like because we have seen all those, all you have couple of you have like two you have two children, right?
I have.
So you have seen them also, right? So why मतलब क्या change देखा? Because आपने you been to education. You are a educationist. So you have formed policies probably which have formed lots of things, good, bad, ugly, but mostly good. That's why you're getting better. So yeah.
मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि हमारे टाइम पे ना लाइक इट वाज मोर ऑफ बस अपना काम करो, नथिंग अबाउट कनेक्शंस, नेटवर्किंग, आउटगोइंग,
Social
और
media
मे
नहीं-
बी
social media नहीं था.
सोशल मीडिया तो था ही नहीं. मे बी वी वर ब्रॉट अप इन दैट एनवायरनमेंट कि बस अपना काम करो, बाकी सब अपने आप हो जाएगा. तो वी वर नेवर इनटू नेटवर्किंग, वी डिडंट नो एनीबॉडी, वी कुड नॉट इवन स्पीक कॉन्फिडेंटली. तो पर अब नाउ kids are of course different, they are into too many things, the avenues are more, opportunities are more. उस समय opportunities भी कम थी. The relationship between the teacher and the student was also very
formal.
formal and respectful.
Was it formal but respectful, or there was fear? Fearful.
Fear was also
Fear
there.
for more.
And we never used to say कि मेरा राइट है, आपको हमें पढ़ा कैसे नहीं सकते. तो अब तो हम तुम्हें फीस दे रहे हैं तो आपको ये पढ़ाना पड़ेगा. तो ऐसा नहीं था.
अब ऐसा होने लगा है?
अब ऐसा होने लगा.
एंड इसमें कहीं नहीं पेरेंट्स भी मतलब इज इट राइट और रॉन्ग?
It can be both ways. It can be both ways because accountability तो होना चाहिए, टीचर्स का भी होना चाहिए, but sometime बहुत ज़्यादा भी हो
बहुत
जाता
ज़्यादा
है.
भी हो जाता है.
बहुत ज़्यादा भी हो जाता है.
Back to your story. So you know then 1987 में you got your first job.
Then I worked there for around 3 years. Then this job for education officer in University Grants Commission came up. Again, I applied for that job. Professor Yashpal was the chairman of the UGC at that point of time. And there also there were many candidates, and somehow I did get selected. And he was very happy with the interview. And then I continued
And
with
ये कब
UGC.
था? 19 when was this?
1990
Okay. And Delhi.
in Delhi.
You always been
I've
always
been
been
in
Delhi.
Delhi.
Like born and brought up in Delhi.
Except for that 6 years I went to Haryana for that vice chancellorship. That was also in Sonipat.
हाँ,
Which
more
is
Delhi
Delhi
NCR.
NCR only.
Yeah. आपको लगता है दिल्ली में होने के फायदे हैं? खासकर if you want to be into government, especially to
हाँ,
be
you get to know more people, opportunities are more. कहीं जाना हो तो easy है, otherwise तो wherever people are staying, they especially if they have to go abroad or anywhere else also, air से जाना है तो they have first come to Delhi and then they go. तो Delhi is of course better.
because I feel that I mean it makes a difference on where it's about where you stay, what you are working on, with people you're working on. At time that define a lot of things because मेहनत तो सभी करते हैं. मैं हमेशा बोलता हूँ मेहनत तो with all due respect मेहनत तो रिक्शा वाला भी बहुत करता है. But then at time they struggle to have 2 meals on table. You know, so I believe what you're working on, with whom you're working with, and where you're working.
Company
It makes
matters
a
a
lot-
lot.
lots of
Yes, yes, yes. I agree, fully agree.
तो
And
फिर
then-
UCG हुआ 1990 में फिर
Then 90, I joined UGC as education officer. 94, I became deputy secretary. 2001, I became joint secretary. So when I was joint secretary for 7 years, around 2008, then one of the vice chancellors, earlier vice chancellors of Kurukshetra University, Professor B.S. Daya, he asked me, you have been working so long in UGC, why don't you try for vice chancellorship? I said, I am very young. I was 44 at that point of time. He says, no, there is a women university in Haryana and they are looking for a good vice chancellor. So I will fix an appointment for you with the chief minister. I said, okay. So I met the chief minister and instantly he liked me. And then there was a search committee and then I was selected for the vice chancellorship. And then I went to that rural women university and I was almost, I didn't know what to do in that university because the type of work which I had done so far, all these years, I was the best officer of UGC. But when I went there, it was a totally different type of work because we don't have to make policies, guidelines, regulations, which I have been doing throughout, but we have to implement those policies, those regulations. manage students, manage faculty, decide what all courses or programs should be started, what all say centers should be started, what should be the way forward for the university. So that was a totally different ball game, and then you have to give a lot of speeches. In UGC, we never gave speeches. I didn't know how to give a speech. I could not even speak that well because we were good in writing. Our work profile was mostly writing, analyzing files, schemes, guidelines, regulations. But then here you don't have to do all that. You have to manage people, you have to talk to them. And since it was a rural university, you also have to manage village people because this university came out of a Gurukul. And those Gurukul was basically managed by the villagers who where the university was established. There was a management, and they used to think that university also is our ball game. We will tell that what program should be started, who should be admitted, who should not be admitted, what type of hostel should be there. So it was a totally, and then
And that's
the
why
culture was
That's why
different.
your aura of like no nonsense and probably. Is it ऐसे ही इसलिए होता है कि lots of government delegates and lots of people who are on the high post, they I have seen when I meet them in person, they're very genuine, they're very soft, warm, they love to talk, laugh around. But when you meet them, because I mean lots of people approach them, lots of people approach them for like their vested interest. Hence you need to wear that aura which is I mean if you have like talk to me, but I'm like not easily accessible, and like I will not entertain anything, everything. I will not take any nonsense, if I can say
I'll
it.
not take any nonsense, but I was always accessible. Anybody could enter my room, even a villager. I have the instances when a small boy, villager, comes to my room and says, मेरी बहन ये कोर्स नहीं करेगी. मैं कहा, क्यों नहीं करेगी? क्योंकि ये कोर्स हॉस्पिटैलिटी का है, मेरी बहन होटल में काम नहीं करेगी, तो वो नहीं करेगी. मतलब
ये 90s की बात है.
हाँ, नहीं 90s की नहीं है. दिस इज़ 2008.
ओके.
सो हमने एक कोर्स शुरू किया था BSc इन हॉस्पिटैलिटी एंड होटल मैनेजमेंट, जो कि मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ टूरिज्म से हमें मिला था. उसके लिए 2 करोड़ की ग्रांट भी मिली थी. बड़ी मुश्किल से मैं वो कोर्स लेके आई थी. एंड देन वी आर विलेजर, मेरी बहन ये कोर्स नहीं करेगी. मीन्स मैं ये कहना चाह रही हूँ कि उस विलेज में जो पैट्रियार्की सिस्टम इतना है कि छोटा भाई डिसाइड करेगा कि बड़ी बहन कौन सा कोर्स करेगी, कौन सा नहीं करेगी. देन आई एज ए वाइस चांसलर हैड टू एक्सप्लेन टू दिस यंग बॉय that why this course is important, how the employability will be, and it is not necessary that after doing this course you should be working only in a hotel. There are many more avenues also. So once he got convinced, then only that girl could pursue that hospitality course.
So आपने like root cause change, mindset change done, like
And
very
then
impactful.
we also felt that although it was a rural university and we thought there will be a lot of connect between the university and the community, it was not there.
Why?
University works within its 4 walls. They feel we are better people. The ones outside the university are lesser mortals. And the purpose with which a university is established, like the first university was established in India, Takshila, Nalanda. So at that time, the purpose of the university was that because of the university, the community around the university will develop.
Right.
They will also grow. But slowly, universities forgot that purpose, and the life within the 4 walls and outside the 4 walls were totally different. So we established that connect between the university and the community.
Society and
So the first center which we built in that university was Center for Society, University Interface and Research, that how to connect with the society. So in that we were having many things like add-on courses, for example, microfinancing, integrated energy resource management, folk medicine. And all these courses were 50% in the classroom and 50% in the community. So our students used to go to the villages, they talked to the women. For example, microfinancing, they told them how to open a bank account, how to make self-help groups, how to take microcredits. And with those microcredits, those women were also independent. Like किसी ने चूड़ी की दुकान खोला, किसी ने परफ्यूम स्टोर खोला, किसी ने भैंस ही खरीदा, and they became financially independent, and they were really happy about it. Similarly, folk medicine, we had a Ayurveda college. So in folk medicine, the students went to the village women and asked them कि आप for treating say human or cattle, what do you use? सो द रिप्लाईज वर लाइक दिस कि अभी हमारी भैंस में इस तरह के लक्षण आते हैं तो हम उसकी पूंछ पे ये वाला बेल बांध देते हैं और भैंस ठीक हो जाती है. नाउ दे डोंट नो कि वो लक्षण किस बीमारी के थे, व्हाट वाज द डिजीज़. इस पूंछ में जो बांधा बेल वो क्या चीज़ था, उस कैसे वो ठीक हो गया. तो नो स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन वाज देयर, नो डॉक्यूमेंटेशन वाज देयर. So our students went there and then they started documenting it, standardizing it. It became a very good resource. And the village women used to think, हमेशा तो ऐसा होता है ना कि अगर यूनिवर्सिटी वाले विलेज के पास जा रहे हैं या विमेन के
वो
पास
ज्ञान दे रहे हैं.
हाँ
यहाँ पे
हमें
ना-
कुछ सिखाने आ रहे हैं
हाँ.
तो अच्छा हम भी कुछ सिखा सकते हैं.
Wow.
That attitude, that was really
The
good.
service, that was really self-respect. You know,
तो मुझे याद है कि हमारे यूनेस्को का एक कॉन्फ्रेंस था ऑन कम्युनिटी एंगेजमेंट एंड उस कॉन्फ्रेंस में देयर वाज ए वुमन कॉल्ड, आई रिमेंबर हर नेम स्टिल, संतोष. शी केम ऑन द स्टेज विद ए बिग घूंघट. शी स्पोक ऑन द mic confidently and I think that is the best compliment of my life. She said ये वो यूनिवर्सिटी है जिसने यूनिवर्सिटी के अंदर वालों की नहीं बाहर वालों को भी ज़िंदगी बदल दी है. तो आई वॉज सो हैप्पी that impact they could see.
very nice.
छोटी छोटी चीज़ें, like we made one upla making machine for them. Upla is cow dung cakes
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is used for rural household. Now it is a very very messy affair and but it is a necessity in the rural household. उनको हुक्कों में भी डालना है, चूल्हों में भी डालना है. तो हमने एक उपला मेकिंग मशीन बनाई. इट वॉज नॉट ए रॉकेट साइंस, इट वॉज ओनली लाइक गोबर डालो, घास डालो एंड आउट केम उपलास. उसके ऊपर एक बेल्ट पे उनको ड्राई कर दिया तो छोटे छोटे उपलास लाइक सोप केक टाइप्स निकल के आते थे. तो उसमें जो गांव वालों को जो फीलिंग आया, जो कम्युनिटी को फीलिंग आया कि यूनिवर्सिटी हमारे बारे में सोचती है. हमारा अगर कोई प्रॉब्लम होगा तो वी कैन गो टू द यूनिवर्सिटी एंड इट विल गेट रिजॉल्व्ड.
आपने इंक्लूसिविटी बनाई एंड दैट्स व्हाई एक्सेप्टेंस आया एंड दैट थ्रू दैट यू हैव ट्राइड टू चेंज द माइंडसेट एंड देन वहाँ से मॉडर्नाइजेशन शुरू हुआ.
सो देन मैनी थिंग्स लाइक कुछ सोलर लाइट लगाना है विलेज में, दे डोंट नो हाउ टू मेक ए प्रपोजल, हाउ टू यूज़ द फंड्स विच आर अवेलेबल विद द पंचायत इन द बेस्ट पॉसिबल मैनर. सो वी टोल्ड देम, वी मेड ए प्रपोजल फॉर देम, गॉट देम द सब्सिडी फ्रॉम द मिनिस्ट्री. पूरे विलेज में सोलर लाइट्स लगाया, मेडिकल हेल्थ कैंप, वेल सो मेनी थिंग्स वी डिड फॉर द कम्युनिटी. So that was one aspect of the university, apart from the academics and research which we did in the university. But building connect between the university and the community was something which is very important and which should be there in every university.
क्या चैलेंज आते हैं बेरिन आपने किया हुआ? आई एम श्योर देयर आर लॉट्स ऑफ challenges, there are lots of frictions and restrictions what be coming in. I'm sure it wasn't easy, right? So what like आपने उनके मतलब ये हो गया, आपने प्रॉपर सोचा, फिर you have
नहीं, कई तरह के चैलेंजेस आते हैं. बेसिकली 3 तरह के चैलेंजेस आते हैं. 1, फंडिंग. फॉर दिस टाइप ऑफ एन एक्टिविटी फंडिंग इज नॉट अवेलेबल.
अभी भी तो विद CSR वगैरह
CSR है, बट हाउ मेनी पीपल नो हाउ टू टैप CSR? यही नहीं पता होता ना लोगों को कैसे CSR फंड्स को लेना है. फंडिंग इज़ ए मेजर प्रॉब्लम, क्योंकि से UGC से या जो भी फंडिंग एजेंसी से द ग्रांट्स विच यू गेट इज़ फॉर ए स्पेसिफिक प्रोजेक्ट, फॉर ए रिसर्च, फॉर टीचर्स सैलरी, फॉर सम बिल्डिंग, फॉर ए प्रोजेक्ट. बट इस तरह की एक्टिविटीज़ के लिए फंडिंग इज़ ए मेजर इशू. सेकेंड,
तो आप कह रहे हो फंडिंग है पर लोगों को पता नहीं.
CSR है, मतलब गवर्नमेंट फंडिंग कम है ऐसी चीज़ों के लिए. और दूसरा, फैकल्टी विल बी इंटरेस्टेड ओनली व्हेन दे गेट ए सम
क्रेडिट. और
क्रेडिट तो बच्चों को मिलेगा. फैकल्टी को कुछ परफॉर्मेंस अप्रेजल में नंबर मिले, कुछ प्रमोशन में बेनिफिट मिले, कुछ
राइट अदरवाइज और गलत भी नहीं है.
हाँ. और सिमिलरली स्टूडेंट्स के लिए प्रॉब्लम है, वो कहते हैं हमें जब क्रेडिट मिलेगा ना तब करेंगे.
हाँ
अगर हमें क्रेडिट ही नहीं मिल रहा, हम फालतू काम क्यों करें, इस टाइम पे हम कुछ और काम कर लेंगे.
राइट.
तो ये 3 मेजर चैलेंजेस हैं. हाउ डू वी बेनिफिट द फैकल्टी, द स्टूडेंट्स एंड द फंडिंग.
So you covered your personal journey, personal about your personal life, how you got into UCG. Many of my audience, including me, would love to know more about UCG because मुझे भी नहीं पता University Grant Commission exactly क्या क्या करती है and like what is structure, it reports. जैसे आपने बोला कि for when you became a interview for VC value for Vice Chancellor, you interviewed with Chief Minister. So how does it work? Like university reports to state government, UCG is central,
नहीं, meeting the chief minister was a informal type of thing.
Achha,
Formally it doesn't
achha,
happen.
okay.
Formally
Someone recommended you and chief minister and you
Means
like,
he just wanted to see what type of a person he.
Right,
That was an informal
okay,
meeting. It
okay,
was not a
okay,
formal meeting.
okay, okay.
So formally,
But how does it
there's-
work? You know,
So formally, there is a search committee. Search committee at that time applications were not there. Search committee used. I mean now, the applications are invited for the post of vice chancellor. At that point of time, search committee used to search committee through their own wisdom used to say, okay, these are
due
the
diligence and
people,
compliance and
and they used to give a
recommendation.
panel of 3-4 names to the government, and the governors used to select on the recommendations of the chief minister. So that was the process at that point of time. Nowadays, they do an advertisement, and based on the advertisement, 200, 300 vice chancellor applications come. Then the search committee, it is called search cum selection committee. So search cum selection committee, they see all the applications, they screen out, and then they call, say, a lot of people for interviews. And then after the interview, the best 3 or 5 people are selected, and then the panel goes, and then one of them is ticked.
So you are saying how many universities are in India?
More than 1200.
1200. They are like, that means there are 1200 vice chancellors at a given point, more or less, right? Out of which, and is there any criteria that you need to be 5 years, 10 years, 20 years as a vice chancellor, and then only you can apply for UGC?
Apply for UGC means?
Matlab, if I want to be a part of UGC,
So UGC.
why I'm asking? Let's
say
say,
UGC is a structured body where you have a chairman, vice chairman, secretary, and then there are officers. So I was selected as an officer. So as your officer, it is like any other normal selection process. The post is advertised, you apply, you get shortlisted, you get interviewed, and then you are selected. So when I entered UGC, it was a process of selection of officers because I went there as an officer. But otherwise, chairman UGC is appointed by the government of India. Again, the process is the same. The search committee, the way we have vice chancellor, so the search committee, the chairman has to be an eminent academician. The search committee nowadays interviews also. So interviews are there, and the best person, 3 names are given to the government, and government selects one. Same happens for the vice chairman. Secretary is a selection post like any other officer. So this is UGC. But while you are in UGC, you can go out on deputation to various organizations. So that is how I went out from UGC on deputation to this university.
okay. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि you need to be a vice chancellor to be part of a UGC. Or it's a
Rather, in my
preferred-
present job, Association of Indian Universities, as a Secretary General, if you have to apply, you have to be a former Vice Chancellor or an existing Vice Chancellor. And in my terms, it was at because there were too many applications, so the screening criteria applied was that you have to be a Vice Chancellor for at least 2 terms. So if you are a Vice Chancellor for 2 terms, then you are screened, and then interviews are held, and then I was
So
selected.
you were a vice chancellor for 2 terms.
Yes.
At
When
that
I was
university.
selected.
So, and how long is that term? 2 years or
In
3
state
years?
universities, 3 years. In central universities, 5 years.
Nice. Because see again, why am I so curious about this? And for many of my audience, it will be very boring, but few it will be so helpful because there might be a student who want to be a vice chancellor. People feel that becoming a vice chancellor, at least मुझे नहीं पता, मुझे 15 साल हो गए इंडस्ट्री में, because I'm not an educator.
For becoming a vice chancellor, you should be a professor for 10 years, or in the equivalent position of, say, educational administration for 10 years. So if you are a professor for 10 years or equivalent administrative position, then you can apply for the post of a vice chancellor, and then all those applications will be screened by the screening committee, and then the best one will be chosen.
Amazing. So again, see, ये पूरा proper very esteemed एक career course है, which needs lots of time, which needs lots of wisdom and lots of, I should be saying, tapasya, because it's not a fancy role, right? But then it's a very responsible role.
Responsible. It's not easy to handle vice chancellorship.
I'm sure. Because see, I'm into education, prima facie, but I don't call myself educator. I'm very clear, I'm not an educator. I'm into education, doing a business. Luckily and nicely that we are doing something which is need based. We don't need to, and this is like, so I'm a Buddhist by nature, right? So for me, value creation is a very big word. You know, I'm even if I'm interviewing you and if you see there's no value getting created, for me that would be a question mark. You know, so anyone who's like giving 1 hour, 1.5 hour, 2 hours, team is like spending so much time, so much resources. If they're not learning new skills, they're not learning new careers, then there's no point, right? So that's why I'm going deeper into aspect that how what is UGC, what is AIU. We'll come to AIU. How you become. It's like you okay. So to become a vice chancellor, you need to be at least
Professor for 10
professor for
years.
10 years or any administrative. So anyone who's into university, even in administrative post, can apply for
Vice
vice
chancellorship.
chancellor. And then if you need to be part of university grant commission UGC, you need to be a vice chancellor. Not necessary.
Not
Not
necessary.
necessary. Not necessary. Right.
So UGC is a body which is a statutory body which was established by an Act of Parliament in 1956. And the main role of UGC is to do the coordination and maintenance of standards of higher education and to give grants to the universities. The UGC runs many schemes for giving grants to the universities, basically to improve the quality of education, higher education, and these are for faculty improvement, for infrastructural support. For central universities, they give the salary grant also. There are many projects, research projects are funded by UGC. And in terms of coordination and maintenance of standards, UGC issues regulations from time to time on various aspects like minimum standards of instructions, minimum qualifications for teachers, what should be the minimum standards for say foreign universities to come to India, dual degree, academic collaborations. So they issue many regulations from time to time to ensure that the quality of education is maintained, and the regulations of UGC are mandatory in nature. So all the universities, whether it is a state university, private university, central university, institution of national importance, deemed university, all types of universities, they have to abide by the UGC regulations. So if they don't abide,
And if they don't want, let's say a private university, they don't want seeking grant, then can they be autonomous and
no, no, no. Even
independent?
if they are not seeking grants, because this is for maintenance of standards, so they will lose their university status. So therefore, even private
How
universities.
one become a university? I mean, I heard about deemed university and the university. What is the process, if you don't mind?
So there are 5 types of universities. One is institutions of national importance, which are highly placed, like
IITs.
IITs, IIMs, NITs, ICERs. So these are institutions of national importance. They are made by an act of parliament. So parliament passes an act and it becomes an institution of national importance. Second is central universities. Central universities are also again made by an act of parliament. So like Delhi University, JNU, Vishwabharati, Hyderabad University, BHU, AMU. These are central universities which are again made by an act of parliament, totally funded by the government. INIs means this institution of national importance, and CUs, central universities. They both are 100% funded by the central government.
Government.
Then we have state public universities. State public universities are funded by the state governments and they are made by an act of state legislation. So in the assembly, the act is passed and the state public universities are made. Then we have state private universities. State private universities are again made by an act in the assembly, but they are not funded by the government. They are private universities. We call them state private universities.
Example?
Example, this Ashoka, Shivnadar, all these are state private universities. Then we have deemed to be universities. Deemed to be university, there is a special section in the UGC Act called Section 3, where an institution which is showing a lot of, promising in a particular field, if they are doing very good work in research, so then on the recommendations of UGC, the central government can notify them as to be a university, deemed to be a university. So there is no act for deemed to be university, neither in state government nor in central government. No act is there. They have a MOA, Memorandum of Association. So they are deemed to be universities. They are both government as well as private. For example, government is IARI or IISc Bangalore or NDRI. These are government deemed to be universities. But then there are many private deemed to be universities like SRM, VIT. So these are private deemed to be university.
And so Amity will be into state private.
Amity is a state private
State
university.
Very interesting. Very interesting. And so like what does AIU do? What is Association of University?
So Association of Indian Universities, as I told you, is a 100-year-old body.
Hmm.
We are not a statutory body. We were not made by an act of parliament. We are a facilitator. Like UGC regulates, disciplines, we are a facilitator like a mother. So they act like a father, disciplining, we act like a mother, hand holding, facilitator. So UGC tells them what to do, we tell them how to do. For example, we do a lot of vice chancellors conferences every year. So there's a lot of consultation, and on various topics we discuss, and then the recommendations are sent to UGC and the Government of India. We do a lot of capacity building programs for the teachers. For example, UGC says to the universities that technology should be used, even AI should be used for teaching, learning, research, and governance. But how to use it, that we tell through our capacity building initiatives. We have established administrative and academic development centers where we are running programs to train the teachers. We also do the roundtables for newly appointed vice chancellors, because many times the vice chancellors, when they are newly appointed, they don't know the nuances of running a university. So we do roundtables for
What is
newly
the
appointed.
average age of Vice Chancellor in India?
Average age would be around, I think, 55 to 60 years. So
And do you think we can like bring it? Is there merit to bring it early? I mean, I'm just now. I tell you where I'm coming from. The way citizens say that politicians are old, they are not connected, they are not modern. Similarly, like I've been hearing that lots of students feel that vice chancellors are, they're sitting in the ACs and they don't know what's happening in the ground. Do you think if we can?
So when you see the minimum eligibility, so at the age of say 25 or so, a,
Officer बनो
they
गया.
become a assistant professor. So from assistant professor to professor is around 15 years. So 10 years as professor. So total 50 तो हो ही जाता है. Unless somebody directly becomes a professor, that is very few.
होता है ऐसे?
हाँ होता है. Directly means after there is a direct appointment to the post of professor, which requires 10 years of experience. So in that case, 10 years there and 10 plus 10, 20.
प्राइवेटली कुछ कर रहे हैं और फिर आप मुझे प्रोफेशनल लाइक दे आर डूइंग समथिंग really great in science or some research and then they,
There are two ways of becoming a professor. One is promotion way and one is डायरेक्ट रिक्रूटमेंट वे.
okay
तो डायरेक्ट रिक्रूटमेंट में 10 साल में बन जाते हैं एंड इसमें करीब 15 साल लगते हैं. तो इसमें टू अटेन दैट वाइस चांसलर एलिजिबिलिटी तो वहाँ 20 साल लगेंगे, तो यहाँ 25 साल लगेंगे. तो 25 जमा 25 पे आप लगेंगे तो 50 से कम चांसेस कम है.
do you recommend, because now you being a vice chancellor, you being a facilitator now, so AIU is not a government body.
It is funded by the government. We can say quasi government, but it is not a government body. So we get funding from the government for various projects, but we have our own funding also.
Right. So my question was that, um, like, is there any way that people, like the vice chancellor can be like younger, or probably I'm not saying that people who are like because this is a very important role and you need to have experience, you need to have, आपने दुनिया देखी हुई होनी चाहिए, ऐसे ही आप किसी भी हाथ में पावर नहीं दे सकते. But then there should be some provision, wherein how young blood and experience insight can come together, and then make it more relevant. I mean, state private में भी ये same तरीका होता है नहीं? State private universities में
Same.
you need to be a 50 plus 55 plus to be a
नहीं
vice
50
chancellor.
मतलब एज क्राइटेरिया नहीं है, उतना साल का सर्विस क्राइटेरिया है.
वो बात ही की होगी ना,
तो
experience होगा तो
मतलब टोटल अराउंड 20 years of teaching experience, like 10 years prior to becoming a professor and 10 years after becoming a professor. तो 20 years का experience तो 25 जमा 20 45 years के आसपास तुम बन सकते हो.
तो बन सकते हैं. And you were the one of the youngest. Very nice. And if someone wants to be, आज मैं let's say 40 साल का हूँ और मुझे अब टीचिंग में आना है और मुझे वाइस चांसलर बनना है, so at this stage how I can be a good VC, faster become VC
So
and
you
relevant VC.
first have to come into academics, means you have to
Academics.
become a professor.
तो 10 साल पढ़ाना पड़ेगा.
हाँ. So
Okay.
then you can become a vice.
And whether it's going to be central government, private government or private university,
हाँ, any
10
university
साल पढ़ाना पड़ेगा. 10 के बाद फिर मैं VC के लिए
eligible.
एलिजिबल होगा. उसके बाद फिर ऑफकोर्स 5-7 एटलीस्ट 4-5 साल इवन वेरी
हाँ,
गुड.
पर उससे पहले आपको ये भी देखना पड़ेगा कि आपको कोई प्रोफेसर लगाएगा कि नहीं. क्योंकि प्रोफेसर के लिए भी एलिजिबिलिटी कंडीशन है,
राइट.
तो वो प्रोफेसर की एलिजिबिलिटी कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई करके फिर आप
तो उसमें कुछ मिनिमम एज होती है या मैक्सिमम एज होती है?
एज क्राइटेरिया नहीं है, मतलब
रेलेवेंसी,
हाँ
रेलेवेंट होना
कितने
चाहिए.
साल का आपके पास एक्सपीरियंस है, लाइक 10 ईयर्स का आपके पास टीचिंग एक्सपीरियंस होना चाहिए या रिसर्च एक्सपीरियंस होना चाहिए, तभी आप प्रोफेसर बनेंगे. तो
एंड एकेडमिक, समवन हु इज एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव,
नहीं, वो प्रोफेसर नहीं
प्रोफेसर नहीं
बनेंगे, दैट इज़ अ डिफरेंट रूट. जो हमारा रूट था एकेडमिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, तो आई वॉज इन टू एकेडमिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, लाइक UGC में आई वॉज एकेडमिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर.
Very interesting. Any question you have for me, ma'am? Anything, like, I don't want to be like I'm asking questions. First of all, it's my privilege to ask you questions. Thank you for being so kind. फर्क होता है सेक्रेटरी जनरल?
हाँ, बहुत फर्क होता है.
बताओ. क्या
General-
आई एम नॉट एक्सपर्ट, तो मैम गलतियां कर सकते हो. बट इस गलतियों के चक्कर में बहुत सारे लोग नई चीज सीख जाते हैं. So what is
जनरल सेक्रेटरी इज नॉर्मली ए सेक्रेटरी, मतलब सेक्रेटरी जनरल इज UN में होता है, मतलब सेक्रेटरी जनरल इज अ मोर डिग्निफाइड पोजीशन. जनरल सेक्रेटरी इज ए एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव टाइप पोजीशन.
इसके ऊपर क्या होता है?
कुछ नहीं होता.
इसके ऊपर कुछ नहीं है. तो आप ऑलरेडी प्राइम मिनिस्टर बन गए हो मतलब?
मतलब लाइक आई एम द CEO ऑफ द AIU.
Okay.
एक प्रेसिडेंट होते हैं हमारे ऊपर, पर वो प्रेसिडेंट इज ए मतलब ऑनरेरी पोजीशन, इज नॉट ए रेगुलर पोजीशन.
ओके. तो अभी आप UGC में नहीं, अब मतलब यू आर सेइंग योर पीक. आप आपको लेट्स से इसके ऊपर आपकी व्हाट डू यू डिजर्व नाउ, लेट्स नॉट व्हाट यू डिजायर, व्हाट डू यू डिजर्व नाउ एज पर यू?
चेयरमैन UGC,
चेयरमैन UGC.
चेयरमैन UGC. और अब UGC अगर रहेगा कि नहीं पता नहीं, क्योंकि अभी हैकी की बात हो रही है, हायर एजुकेशन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया. सो नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में यह था कि UGC ICT इन सबको मिक्स करके एक हायर एजुकेशन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया बनाएंगे. सो माई एस्पायरेशन वुड बी टू बिकम द चेयरपर्सन ऑफ हैकी.
आई विश यू लक फॉर मैम. एंड फिर मैं बोल पाऊंगा कि मैंने तो हैकी के हेड को इंटरव्यू किया है. कमिंग बैक टू, so now how you're facilitating, like you're talking about your one of the main purpose is internationalization of education, so what all you've been doing and how you've been doing it?
So when we talk of facilitating, it's not only internationalization in many aspects. So I told you we do many vice chancellors conferences, we do capacity building for the teachers, we organize something like 250 sporting events for the students every year, and that is also at the national, international and zonal level. Khelo India University Games is done through us. World University Games, our students participate. Many of the, like in Tokyo Olympics, around 44 Olympians went from the university sector. So we are contributing a lot in the sports sector. So whole of university sports we are looking after, that how to conduct those championships, and then the winners go to national and then international, and then they play World University Games, which was even tweeted by the Honorable Prime Minister of India that this time we got 26 medals, which is a very big number. Huh?
Congratulations.
And then we do a lot of youth festivals, cultural programs. I mean, the youth has to be engaged. It is not only academics and research. So it is through various activities. So we believe in holistic development of the students. So we do a lot of youth festivals, something like 20 youth festivals and moot court competitions and women's student parliament every year, so that the youth remain engaged. And then again our students go and participate in international youth festivals all across the world. Then we do internationalization of higher education, because we have many universities, we have 1200 universities, out of which more than 1000 are the members of AIU. This is the largest university network in the world.
Wow.
No other association has these many members. 1076 as on date is our membership. And out of these universities, very few, like maybe MET, Sharda, LPU, Jindal, Ashoka, they are good in internationalization. But many of them, they want to do internationalization, but they don't know how to do it, whom to talk to, how to find a partner, how to do partnerships, how to run a dual degree, how to run a joint degree, how to do research partnerships, how to do student exchange, faculty exchange. So they really don't know how to do it, but they want to do it. So these are basically tier 2 and tier 3 universities who are eligible for internationalization. They want to do it, but they don't know how to do it. How do you even set up, like UGC said that there should be an international students office in every university, but what that office should look like, what should be the size, what should be the structure, what should be the objective, what type of work they should do and how they should do, that we train them. So this is I mean, that's what I was saying. UGC tells what to do and we tell how to do. So we have set up a network called Indian Network for Internationalization of Higher Education, where we are helping these universities to find partners. So we are requesting all the universities through your podcast. Also, I will request the foreign universities or the Indian universities to become a member of INHEEM. So once they become a member and they put in their details, then they will be visible to the whole world. So this is a platform from where, I mean, if I go there and want to see that which university to partner with, I'll go to INHEE and see that okay, these are the 100 universities in different countries who are wanting partnerships, and these are the areas where they want partnerships.
And
So I
it
will
can be both
directly,
ways. It can be Indian and as well international.
Yes.
Dono, and then you can matchmake.
yes,
Right.
both can do the partnership.
So this is where probably I mean probably university can play a part. I don't know. I'm just thinking because as you mentioned, when students go abroad to play sports or they do organization, they need a place to stay. They need logistics to be done, whether it's the air tickets, hotel stay, or whatever, even rental remittances, right? But that is something which I can take you offline. But now I'm getting understanding, right? And uh, क्या फ़ायदा होता है यूनिवर्सिटी को इंटरनाइजेशन करने से? पॉपुलैरिटी बढ़ती है, रैंकिंग बढ़ती है,
नहीं, यूनिवर्सिटी की लर्निंग बढ़ती है बिकॉज now is the
Best
time when you
practice
cannot
share
live in
होता है.
isolation.
Hmm.
There has to be diversity on the campus, whether it is through international students
Very
or
nice.
international faculty or international partnerships. There has to be, because you have to create co-learning spaces. So co-learning spaces are created only through these internationalization activities, and the students learn a lot. Right now, the way we teach and the way the foreign universities are teaching is entirely different. So learning how they teach and emulating some of the best practices, learning how they do the project based learning or activity based learning, and they also learning how we do, say, especially say value education, how do we inculcate values in our students. So it is learning both ways, so we can learn from each other.
And ग्रांट मिलते हैं यूनिवर्सिटी को अगर यू आर डूइंग इंटरनाइजेशन? वन इज द लाइक दैट कैन बी वन ऑफ पर्क. उसमें गलत गलत है बोलना ये बात
क्या?
कि लाइक यूनिवर्सिटीज, इंडियन यूनिवर्सिटी, इंटरनेशनल यूनिवर्सिटी गो आफ्टर इंटरनेशनल because probably government.
I am not
give
aware
grant.
of
No?
scheme of UGC in which internationalization के लिए grant मिले. But yes, of course, there are schemes like Spark, where the universities can submit joint research projects with an international faculty, and those joint research projects are funded. So there are fellowships in which the student can go and study abroad. There are fellowships in which international students can come to India and study in India. So इस वे में internationalization का पर से कि आपको हम internationalization के लिए इतना पैसा दे रहे हैं और आप internationalization करो.
And also, I mean, I believe this is a very important thing because, like, why so many Indian students or international students go to UK, Australia? Because probably those universities have given more exposure, more visibility, more infrastructure, due to which their rankings are better. I mean, still there are only one or two Indian universities who are into like even 100 ranking or even 500 best university ranking, right? So all this will help get best practices, more infrastructure, and which improve the quality of education for Indian universities. And hence, though I'm in a business where more Indian students go abroad, I'll make more money. But I say, I have a question: why we even go to university? When you have YouTube, when you have AI, why you even? And I would like to question the same thing. Do you think in today's world, when there is there is AI and there is YouTube, and best sort of things you can learn for free, why you need to go to even university and pay even 10,000 or 10 crores?
Can you sit in a room in isolation and keep on learning the whole day? You think it will be a right way to learn? Unless you meet your
Agree.
peers, unless you go to the campus. Because when you go to a campus, it is not only about learning academics. You learn so many more things. No?
Social
You do a lot
skills
of
and, yeah.
networking. We talk to the
Right.
fellow students. We talk to the teachers. We cannot be sitting in front of the screen the whole day and keep learning. So I suppose universities are very much
But ma'am, एक
required.
question करूँ मैं आपको, sorry. I have young daughter and I have lots of youth and young folks. I mean, most of them don't want to talk to a second person. They are always on phone. They are gamers, and now lots of gamers are earning good money. So I've seen. I'm not saying that everyone is doing this, but people who are Gen Z, and it's not even Gen Z, Alpha. They are on phones. They are playing games. And they are making money. They don't want to talk to.
So making money is not the only goal in life.
Absolutely, totally.
So maybe some of them are, but many of them are not. And the masses are like this. Masses are who want to learn and who are not getting right opportunity, right teaching, and everybody cannot learn through AI. They need a mentorship also. They
Right,
need a
agree.
teacher.
Right.
They need a university environment to study. They want to go to a classroom. They want to study. Now, like many people were working work from home during the COVID, but after COVID, most of them were wanting to go back to the offices. They could have worked very well in the, and there are many who are working from home right now also, but I have, whomsoever I have seen, they are not very happy working from home. तो मुझे लगता है universities are required. The learning from AI or the learning from say YouTube or whatever
Online
resource
education,
material
yeah,
which
yeah,
you have,
yeah.
online resource, OER we call online education resources. So you have a lot of OER, you have a lot of MOOCs courses, but that can be supplementary. Like UGC has also said that you can do 40% of the courses online, but 60% has to be done physically. Even in the dual degrees, joint degrees, they have said at least 30% of the course should be delivered on the land of that particular country. Like if there's a collaboration between India and UK, so 30% in India, 30% in UK, and rest 40% can be online. But 30% physical space में course करना ज़रूरी है, because that
Agree.
also you learn a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, it's all about diversity. It's all about culture, inclusivity. Otherwise, you might have a degree, but if you don't know how to respect other person's culture, I mean, in fact, I'm so fortunate product, and I'm a product of globalization. When I went to Nottingham for my exchange program, I mean, before that, I might be good in studies. I was really good in studies, economics honors and all that. But when I went for the first time, how to take a air tickets, land alone, take a उस समय Uber नहीं होती थी, probably bus and tube, and then talking to someone from UK. Now it's so natural, but that time, I mean, I should have, shit in my pants talking to an international student or a faculty.
हाँ, तो communication is a very big problem for the students who are learning through AI. They don't have communication skills, interpersonal skills. They get psychological problems. So it is very important. And now we are talking of soft skills, means all this communication and team working.
Right.
So how will you do team working when you're sitting alone in a room and working?
Totally with you. In fact, I asked this question purposely because there are lots of people talk that with AI coming in, with YouTube there, what's the need of go to school or to go to university? In fact, if you give me a chance, I want to home tutor my daughter, but do I have a time, to be honest? And if I even have a time, am I?
But is home
हाँ.
tutoring better?
Very good question. You want me to answer this? I feel yes. At the same time, I'm also conscious about might able to give very good learning exposure, control her within my environment, but that social skills, even I have an answer for that, because if I send my daughter to 10 different classes and have 10 different batches, she will be more social and probably more exposed.
So then she is going to a learning environment outside. No, home tutoring is basically the mother is taking care and she is teaching, or maybe you engage a teacher who is coming in.
If you want to get your बच्चा very like attention central and always, मतलब आप जितने एक्सपोज हो, आप जितने आपने पढ़ा हो, आपको सब कुछ थोड़ी आता है.
मतलब you will be basically breeding monsters. जिनको कहीं ले जाना ही नहीं, कमरे में बिठा के पढ़ाते रहो बस, वो कहीं जाए ही नहीं.
Very interesting.
So,
Very interesting. So I believe home tutoring plus social exposure.
Social interaction is very important.
हाँ. No, absolutely. I mean, you have to be inclusive than just one part of thing. And
empathy है, मतलब कहाँ से आएगा वो सारा कुछ अगर आपने कुछ देखा ही नहीं, किसी गरीब को ही नहीं देखा, कुछ भी नहीं देखा. जब तुम जाते हो, सड़क पे चलते हो, लोग दिखते हैं, मतलब so many things you see.
Agree. And even okay, now my next question is, why so many Indian students going abroad when we have 1200 universities in India? We are a land of Takshira, right? We are a land of Nalanda, right? 1200 यूनिवर्सिटीज है इंडिया में, फिर भी 1 मिलियन स्टूडेंट बाहर जा रहा है. ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है और ये सही है गलत है एज पर यू?
नहीं, पहली बात तो ये इसलिए हो रहा है कि हमारे पास 1200 यूनिवर्सिटीज़ हैं, पर जो हाई क्वालिटी इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं दे आर वेरी फ्यू. सो अगर आप वर्ल्ड रैंकिंग की बात करें, टॉप 100 में 0, 200 में 3, 500 में 9, और 1000 में 23, मतलब लास्ट ईयर का डेटा मैं बता रही हूँ. 23 institutions which are in top 1000 of the world ranking. Then admission to those institutions is so difficult. You take admission in IITs, IIMs, IISers, NIT. It is so difficult to get admission because India is a large country. We have a student population of 4.2 crores, 42
Yeah, 40
million.
million too, yeah.
And out of 42 million, how many seats these institutions have? Not even 1 lakh. So where do the students go if they want
Yeah.
quality education, and especially if they have money? They prefer foreign institutions rather than studying in a tier 2 and tier 3 university in India. And if they do not have money, they feel that if they take education loan, go to these universities, they will have higher employability, then they will have post study visa over there, and they will be able to get back the loan which they took through these jobs, and they will repay, and then they also have a possibility of staying in that country.
Yeah.
So that is why many students are going.
तो ये तो आपने अच्छी बात बता दी, you know, and again I'm in a business wherein I should not be saying it, you know, but there are people who are talking employability, you know, there are people who talk about हमारा वीज़ा नहीं लगा, हमें डिपोर्ट कर दिया, हमने 50 लाख का लोन लिया था, हमने 50,000 खर्च करे, एंड अभी आई डोंट नो वेदर आई विल गेट अ ग्रीन कार्ड, तो दूर की बात है, OPT भी है कि नहीं है मेरे पास, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट स्कीम आज है कल नहीं पता नहीं है, you know, these are real things, right? In with that scenario, do you think it still makes sense for people to go abroad and study in best of universities?
So these are the students who are duped by, say, bad universities. I should know, even not so good, bad universities. So if a student is taking admission in good university, all these issues will not happen. But I have seen cases where, say, so-called agents, so they are luring the students to these foreign universities, bad universities which are not quality institutions. Students don't have money, they give them some loan on interest, or they tell them to sell their land, and you selling their land, they reach there, and many of them, they don't even pass their degree
Yeah,
courses.
yeah.
So they go there, they become illegal migrants. So that is a different side of the
In fact,
story.
मैम इसीलिए ना हमने भी मैं प्लगिंग कर रहा हूँ यहाँ पे, we launch a product called University Living Extended Stay, you know, and it's like a insurance product that you pay a premium of 400-500 pounds. If you don't get a job, we'll cover 6 months of your journey, because आपको 3 से 6 महीने लग जाते हैं जॉब ढूंढने में वहाँ पे, राइट? एंड वो भी जब लगता है कि इंडियन स्टूडेंट और इंटरनेशनल स्टूडेंट बहुत लेट स्टार्ट करते हैं, आई से द मोमेंट यू लैंड, just look for options, you know. But because you know, people are not getting jobs, or they are taking time, you know, but at least students get a fair time to look for a job so that they can recover all these expenses and all. तो and उसमें हमने एक वो बनाया that you should be having 70% of attendance or numbers. Otherwise आप कहीं पे भी पढ़ो, IIT में पढ़ लो, आपका IIT डिग्री हो सकती है, आपके स्किल्स नहीं होगी, कोई जॉब नहीं देगा, right? So totally with you, totally. When you say bad universities and good universities, मतलब
So
कैसे
it
पता
is basically agents which are fleecing the students.
you
Just for
say
their
all
own-
agents are fraud?
No, not all, but many are.
तो मैं तो सबके साथ काम करता हूँ, मैं मुझे पता है कौन कैसा काम
And you
करता
would
है.
be knowing, no?
Yeah, I agree.
अच्छे
They are bad
agents
actors.
भी हैं, बुरे agents भी
Yes,
हैं.
absolutely.
तो पर that is
और
something
उसमें भी
very-
उसमें मैं तो स्टूडेंट्स के ऊपर ब्लेम करता हूँ, आप रिसर्च ही नहीं करते. सर बताइए कहाँ जाना है.
नहीं, मेरे को ये भी
और
लगता है कि
उन्हें भी
ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि गवर्नमेंट शुड आल्सो पुट ए कंट्रोल ऑन द
Some
एजेंट्स,
होना चाहिए.
कि जो अच्छे एजेंट्स हैं दे शुड बी एबल टू वर्क, जो खराब है उनको तो काम ही नहीं
बनाओ
करने
मैं
देना चाहिए.
बनाओ, और मैं भी आपके साथ आऊँगा.
हाँ.
लेट्स क्रिएट अ some rating system or something.
Not only rating system, first some regulations that for an agent these are the essential conditions. They should satisfy it, then only there should be some registration for an agent.
है मैम, हर जगह है, तो हमारा है, बने हुए हैं.
Government का.
हाँ, you do have a license in Punjab to be a study
Agent.
abroad. Yeah, अब वो बने हुए हैं. Again, you know, I don't
तो
know
फिर
मैं
या तो
कितना आपसे
function
बात
नहीं
कर
कर रहे
सकता हूँ,
होंगे
क्योंकि मैं
ठीक
तो
से.
गवर्नमेंट से हूँ नहीं, आपका फिर भी है, तो इसलिए मैं I'm conscious कि मैं कितना खुल के बात कर सकता हूँ. I'm very open, right? I work with all education partners, everyone, right? And in fact हमने अपना बिजनेस मॉडल भी ऐसा बनाया कि सी एडमिशन में बहुत पैसा मिलता है.
हाँ, तो फिर वो ठीक है. फिर अगर गवर्नमेंट के बने हुए हैं तो then we can do a rating for agents. That rating for
करते हैं
agents
बाद
can.
में, है ना. बट एंड ओपनली भी बात कर सकते हैं. बट वेयर आई एम कमिंग इन, I mean, I am a kind of person. In fact, I went to Nottingham. You know, I'm not, and that's one of the good university. But I won't say मैं एजेंट पे गया, मैं उसकी गलती नहीं बोलूँगा, मैं अपनी गलती बोलूँगा. मैंने रिसर्च क्यों नहीं किया? गूगल तो मेरे पास था, अब तो AI है, अब तो आपका ChatGPT है. आप रिसर्च तो करो, फिर आप एजेंट
अनअवेयर भी है ना हमारे बहुत सारे बच्चे, दे आर अनअवेयर।
उसमें भी मैम
और
कहीं ना
उसमें क्या है कि बस जानना, बाहर जाने का शौक है।
एग्जैक्टली, वो नशा है कि
नशा।
पता नहीं बाहर जाएंगे और जिंदगी बदल जाएगी.
हम्म,
There are red carpets. No, there are no red carpets.
Hmm.
In fact, this is the reason why I'm doing podcast. That
Hmm.
some मतलब मेरे बिजनेस में इम्पैक्ट करता है अगर बच्चा कम जाएगा बाहर. बट अगर बच्चा बाहर जा रहा है और उसको अच्छी एम्प्लॉयमेंट नहीं मिल रही या उसको अच्छा अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस मिल रहा, वो वापस आए बोलेगा जाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. सो पीपल आर लॉन्ग विजनरी, they will always stick with the right things. People who want to fly by the night and just pan the flash, then they are like भेजो और पैसा आएगा,
तो वही तो रोकना है,
ये रोकना है.
वही तो रोक।
हाँ, और मैं नहीं कहता मैं रोकना है, मैं तो हम सबको रोकना है कि मुझे टांगों से पता करना है.
नहीं, दैट इज गुड फॉर इंडिया ना, अपने अपने खुद के बच्चे फ्री हो रहे हैं
वहां जाके मतलब. एंड देन ऑफ कोर्स इट्स वेरी अनफॉर्चुनेट दैट एवरी यूनिवर्सिटी
नहीं, बट कैन वी गेट द लिस्ट ऑफ एजेंट्स फ्रॉम समवेयर?
हाँ,
पूरा सारे देश के एजेंट्स कहीं रजिस्टर्ड रहते हैं?
there are 18,000 education partners in India who are like registered. 18,000
रजिस्टर्ड विद
कहीं गवर्नमेंट के साथ है, कहीं और किसी जैसे आईएसएफ करके.
गवर्नमेंट में सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट?
नहीं, तो ये कहीं कहीं रजिस्टर्ड है, कहीं पे स्टेट गवर्नमेंट रजिस्टर्ड है, कहीं पे ये
सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का ऐसा कोई पोर्टल है?
आई डोंट नो, आई एम नॉट अवेयर. आई कैन फाइंड आउट फॉर यू बट आई एम नॉट अवेयर. एंड इनफैक्ट इन इंडस्ट्री में और भी बहुत गैप्स है. मतलब व्हाई आई हैव स्टार्टेड डूइंग माय रिपोर्ट्स which been picked by international media and lot because there were no numbers. I have to do my own research report and created all these reports and took lots of like 3 months to 6 months it takes to build these reports because my one of the question I did, like this is ISMI report, Indian Student Mobility Report. Even MEA have quoted this, Economic Times, Pi News, ICF News, they've been picked numbers from here. Again बार बार कह रहा हूँ, मेरी सुपर पावर इसलिए है कि मैं एडमिशन में नहीं हूँ, तो मैं मुंह होकर बोल सकता हूँ. आई एम नॉट आफ्टर यूनिवर्सिटी टू चेज कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स. ऑफ कोर्स आई वर्क इन यूनिवर्सिटी, लॉट्स ऑफ यूनिवर्सिटी वर्क विद अस, वी आर ऑन लॉट्स ऑफ इंटरनेशनल यूनिवर्सिटी वेबसाइट, UCLs and University of Birmingham, ECA, ECU, lots of universities. But we want to build an ecosystem which is right for students, right? And you can only do it if I get into admission, and there's nothing to do. There's nothing wrong in admission. In fact, there are people who need to be better because it's not an easy process, right? But then there are some bad actors, which I also tell because there are students and parents who just want to send their student to international. और वहाँ पे जाते पर उनका माइंडसेट ये है कि यार यहाँ पे मेहनत करेंगे, वहाँ मेहनत करेंगे, पाउंड मिलेंगे, डॉलर मिलेंगे, यहाँ मैं मैकडोनल्ड्स में नहीं जाऊँगा, वहाँ मैं कर लूँगा, राइट? Nothing wrong in it, but student and university should be aware that it's a immigration, it's a education. Everyone is allowed for global mobility. कोई भी कहीं जा सकता है, जाना चाहिए, बट आप एजुकेशन के रूट से जा रहे हो कि इमिग्रेशन रूट से जा रहे हो? अगर एजुकेशन रूट से जा रहे हो देन आपकी एक्सपेक्टेशन वैसे सेट करनी चाहिए, यूनिवर्सिटीज को भी वैसे रेगुलेशन होने चाहिए, एंड इवन एजुकेशन पार्टनर्स शुड बी रेगुलेटेड द वे वी आर टॉकिंग, राइट? बारिंग सेइंग दिस, एंड अगेन आई एम आल्सो पार्ट ऑफ द इकोसिस्टम, सो ऐसा नहीं है कि हम लोग हर चीज़ की ठीक कर रहे हैं, हमसे गलतियाँ नहीं होती है. आई एम इनटू हाउसिंग. हाउसिंग इज वेरी ट्रिकी. There are only, as I was telling you of, there are 80 million students who get enrolled every year. Out of which 35 million students need accommodation all across the world. Out of which India से 1.3 million students जाते हैं सब मिला के, right? मैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया की बात बताता हूँ. There only, आपसे पूछता हूँ, there are 42 universities in Australia. How many beds, how many accommodation beds we have among these 42 universities? Just give a wild guess.
I won't be knowing because
Why guess? फिर मैं आपसे इंडिया से पूछूँ.
इंडिया में तो we give a lot of
Will you talk about
accommodation.
India? Let's say guess करो एक.
42 universities means at least 1000 का रखें एक में, तो 42,000.
तो हर यूनिवर्सिटी में there are around 20 to 30,000 students. Even अगर 1000, पहली बात तो है नहीं 1000 बेड्स भी हर यूनिवर्सिटी में होते हैं, there are 40,000 students. So one bed been changed by 4 to 5 students. That is, there is a housing crisis. I won't say there is a housing crisis. I won't say there is an issue. Why? Accommodation people don't talk about. If they talk about, they talk very late. They wait for visa to get their housing, which is too late. आप एयर टिकट बुक कराते हो 6 महीने पहले 5,000 बचाने के लिए. Accommodation is the second largest item in the expense item. You end up paying $10,000 a year average, right? आप वेट करते हो वीजा आने की. वीजा कब आता है? 2 से 3 हफ्ते पहले, 1 महीने पहले. जब तक एक तो वहाँ के लोकल स्टूडेंट बुक कर चुके होते हैं, फिर चाइनीज कर चुके होते हैं, फिर जाके इंडियंस को आता है, मिलती नहीं accommodation. One or 6 student get accommodation. So it's a very big issue. And now let me come on in. मैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया नंबर बताता हूँ. There are 1.5 million students, domestic international. There are 1.1 local domestic students in Australia. There are 450,000 international students, जिसमें से इंडिया के 50 से 60,000 स्टूडेंट जाते हैं. And there are only 54,000 beds among 42 universities. This is a gap. इंडिया में आते हैं. As you mentioned, there are 42 million kids. There are only 1,200 universities. And I guess सबके अगर मैं सबके on campus accommodation मिला दूँ, it will not be even. It was because we did something in India. I guess maximum to maximum 8 से 11 million students वो थे. मतलब 80 से 90 लाख बेड्स है 4.2 करोड़ स्टूडेंट्स के लिए.
नहीं, वो इसलिए भी ना, हमारे यहाँ तो बहुत सारे डे स्कॉलर्स हैं ना.
हाँ, बट इंटरसिटी तो है. मैं मेरिट से आया था मैम, मुझे तो नहीं मिला दिल्ली
हाँ.
यूनिवर्सिटी. मैंने मिला कि मैंने अप्लाई नहीं किया क्योंकि लिमिट तो पता था मिलना ही नहीं है. राइट. तो
हाँ, तो जो बेस्ट मतलब इंडिया में मुझे ये लगता है कि जो बेस्ट यूनिवर्सिटीज है वहाँ थोड़ा एकोमोडेशन का इशू है.
हर जगह है. एमिटी है हमारे साथ. आप कोई भी नाम दो. आपने शादा बोला, बेनेट बोला. प्राइवेट की बात करो, अशोका बोला. कुछ यूनिवर्सिटी है जो ऑन कैंपस यूनिवर्सिटी अशोका, वहाँ पे थोड़ा बेटर है.
जैसे जिंदल में हर एक को मिलता है, अशोका में हर एक को मिलता है.
तो बिकॉज दीज आर सैटेलाइट यूनिवर्सिटीज एंड देन अगेन दैट्स व्हाई दे आर अमंग द बेस्ट. बट आईआईटी, मैं तो आईआईटी आईएम्स की बात करता हूँ.
आईआईटीज में मिलता है.
इनफ नहीं है. क्यों? बच्चे बाहर रहते हैं. अब दिल्ली के बाहर रहते हैं ना बच्चे, सबको नहीं मिलता. राइट. मिलते भी फर्स्ट ईयर मिलता है, सेकंड थर्ड फोर्थ ईयर नहीं मिलता. So where I'm saying is that, and I also don't have a solution for everyone or everything, but when we are talking about international, when we are talking about inviting and creating study in India hub, which is our Prime Minister dream, but before that we need to also work on infrastructure. We also need to create awareness. We talk about TNE coming in, but with TNE we are creating campuses. What about housing? कहाँ रहेगी? And then as I always say, it's not only where you don't learn in classes. You learn, as you mentioned, holistic well-being. With people you are staying, where you're staying. I got my roommate, who's my co-founder, where I was staying, not in my class. Right. Sorry, I'm a bit passionate about this because doing for 15 years, being a category creator. So I believe housing is an issue and there's a solution. I'm not about. In fact, when I talk my reports, we talk about problems, but there's a solutions. Right. So as you were talking about, you also work intensively for NEP, then now TNE you are talking about, international you are talking about. How this is important for India education system, for Indian universities, and now when India is at global stage, how it will impact globalization?
क्या चीज?
With this new economic education policy.
So new education policy, I think new education policy is a very, very forward-looking policy. This is the policy where for the first time internationalization has been given a lot of impetus. This is the policy which allowed foreign campuses to come to India. For a long time, many universities wanted to come, but they were not allowed. This is the policy which allowed dual degrees, joint degrees for between Indian and foreign universities. Again, this was a demand for a long time, but it was not coming through. This is the policy which allowed Indian universities to go and set up their campuses abroad, so that we can also go out. And this is the policy which also talked about a credit transfer between an Indian and a foreign university. And then even small things like international students office. So every university should be having an international students office, which is not there right now. Only very few universities have international students office, rest they don't have. So all these issues were sort of taken care of while formulating the recommendations of National Education Policy, and based on that UGC also issued regulations. They issued regulations for international students office, for dual degrees, joint degrees, setting up campuses abroad, bringing the foreign universities here. And then there was a gift city route. Under gift city, which is not under UGC, there are already 2 universities working, Deccan and Wollongong. And under UGC route, one has been given LOI so far, Southampton.
Coventry.
But then there are many more in pipeline. Around 10, 11, I understand, are in the pipeline.
What is the difference between gift city route and UGC route?
Gift city route, gift city is a special zone created by Ministry of Finance. So where you can establish a university, but it will be a sort of a not exactly satellite, insulated space, which is free from UGC regulations. So this is a space where UGC regulations will not apply.
ऐसा क्यों किया? मतलब क्यों जरूरत
Well,
पड़ी
Gift
ऐसे करने की?
City, Gift City is a city where they have created a lot of companies, foreign companies, who have their offices there. And then it was thought that since all these companies have offices there, they need manpower. So for that manpower, they need universities. So within the Gift City, they want to
But
make it a.
let's say, for example, I'm taking example. Let's say you're corporate, you have an office in Gift City, but that Gift City got few institutes, but as you say, it's insulated. So will you hire people from there, wherein people have less exposure, insulation, versus someone from
No,
outside?
so that Gift City is basically meant for teaching in fintech areas.
Huh.
And these fintech areas are the ones which are required by these companies which are set up in Gift City.
So Gift City more like your Dubai DIFC or
Yes,
Knowledge Park.
yes. Huh.
Yeah.
But UGC route can be any program they can run. So there they are not limited to fintech areas.
So you are saying now Indian university will have a competition from international universities? Is that fair? If yes, is that fair? And
They will have, of course. For example, when the Southampton comes, the fee for Southampton and say Jindal Ashoka would be almost at par. So a student who is taking admission in Jindal or Ashoka, he will compare the quality of education between these universities and Southampton. And if he is very crazy about the foreign education or a foreign degree, he or she will prefer going to Southampton. So this will throw a
so
challenge
if
to the
someone is studying
university.
Southampton, they also get a chance to go UK. They must be like no.
Means they are not giving that post-study visa and all those things. That is not there. UK they can have a chance to go even after Jindal or Ashoka. But
No, while they're studying, with as you're mentioning now.
while they are
Now,
studying also, like say for example Jindal has many dual degree programs.
yeah.
They have a lot of semester exchange programs. So those facilities are now available even in Indian universities.
Right.
But the issue will be getting a foreign degree.
But मतलब again मेरी limited understanding है. Do you think people who get a foreign degree versus Indian degree, who got benefits? Like बहुत
Depends upon the thinking of the
subjective हो सकता है,
individual,
but
no?
हाँ. But as a
So,
corporate, और अगर
and it
मैं
will all time will also tell. Like suppose Southampton graduate are getting more employment opportunities, so people will start going there. So over
आपका
time
क्या
it
view
will
है?
build up.
If I ask your view,
I haven't seen the
and you can
quality.
pass it. It's okay.
No, I haven't seen the quality of Southampton. No? So without, but it is in top 1000. I think it is in top 400.
300 probably.
300.
Yeah.
So, but our universities are not in that
Ah,
category.
ah.
So when I see the world ranking, I'll think कि अच्छा same पैसे में हो रहा है, बाहर भी नहीं जाना पड़ रहा, तो चलो अपने बच्चे को
Probably एक
यहीं भेज
एनालॉजी
देते हैं।
हम लोग बना सकते हैं. State schools, CBSE schools, ICSE school, IB school. There are certain people who go to IB school because they want their kids to go abroad, or probably वो AC में पढ़ सकते हैं. वो रहे वैसे, गलत है, सही नहीं है. तो same will be probably एक analogy बन सकती है. What's next for you? What drives you now at 60? You're in a golden age. You're not working money. Your kids are settled. I mean, you are not working to tell people that you achieved and arrived, because you already you are at, like, people are probably, there are many people who are falling. They want to be, next Dr. Mrs. Pankaj Mittal, right? What is driving you now at this stage and age of your career?
So I think at this age you start thinking that how can we give back to the society. So for giving back to the society, while you are in job, what best you can do so that the overall system improves. Like if I'm working with AIU, I will try to do something so that the AIU improves further. AIU expands the scope
कितना
of
बड़ा
work.
है AIU में? Like, there are lots of people in AIU.
We have around 100 people.
100 people, and it's all across India.
No,
It is a voluntary. No, it's not a voluntary.
No, it's a.
It's a proper cozy government body.
So
Come under purview of government, but not regulated by government.
So we have around 100 people. We don't have branch offices. We are in Delhi, that ITO office which I was talking about. There we have 100 people working for us, and they are working in various sectors. And I wanted to expand. I want to be like in future, if I will be able to do, try to do this. Say for example, ranking of agents, so that people know where to go, where not to go. We want to have some consultancy for the students, so the students can ask us which university is good, which is bad, which program I should be doing, which I should.
I'll give you my tool. I have created this study about Buddy for International Education, SABI.
Very good.
People, because I'm not in admission, so we are trained in all the universities' websites and all the right resource like study hub for Australia, British Council, and all that, and where a student can talk to the chatbot directly, and because it's not biased information, there's no
It is
vested
paid or free of
free.
cost? Free of cost.
free. So again, why I created, I don't get to admission, but the funnel should increase. The people should, it's win to everyone. There are students who
So
go
we
to-
can put it on our website also. So
yeah,
that
yeah,
the students
definitely. In
But
fact,
it is not an advertisement.
no,
or-
no, no. I mean, मैं बता देता हूँ. So मैंने क्यों बनाया था इसे? कि there are students who are duped. आज के टाइम पे आप ऑनलाइन पे जाते हो, आप कोई ब्लॉग भी क्लिक करते हो तो कहीं ना कहीं वेस्टेड तो होता ही है, किसी ने तो बनाया है कुछ तो पर्पस में, तो इन्फॉर्मेशन तो बायस ही है ना, राइट? अब किसी को तो करना चाहिए था ना ये. अब मेरा बिजनेस इससे इम्पैक्ट नहीं होता कि आप यूएस जा रहे हो, यूके जा रहे हो, इस यूनिवर्सिटी जा रहे हो, उस यूनिवर्सिटी जा रहे हो, राइट? सो देन आई एम लाइक कि व्हाई डोंट वी क्रिएट समथिंग व्हिच
So
इज
how
लाइक.
many universities information is
सो अभी हमने उसे ऑस्ट्रेलिया, यूके एंड आइलैंड पूरा ट्रेन कराया हुआ है. नेक्स्ट वी आर डूइंग फॉर यूएस एंड कनाडा.
there? Okay.
It's a totally AI powered chatbot, conversation chatbot in 50 plus language. You can talk in Gujarati. I'll show you. You can talk in Gujarati. You can talk in Malayalam. You can talk to in Telugu, Hindi, English. हिंदी में भी आप लिखोगे तो आंसर आता है. तो आज के टाइम पे हम व्हाट्सएप में लैंग्वेज लिखते हैं ना, हिंदी इंग्लिश, उसमें भी आता है. सो एंड व्हाई वी क्रिएटेड, बिकॉज सी द थॉट इज समवन क्रिएटेड म्यूचुअल फंड सही है. Because mutual fund sahi hai, because there is association wherein like, because it's one of the right investment asset, so AUM बढ़ना चाहिए ना, इंडस्ट्री बढ़नी चाहिए. जब AUM बढ़ेगा, इंडस्ट्री बढ़ेगी तो सारे फंड भी बढ़ेंगे. तो सिमिलरली अगर स्टूडेंट्स सही जगह जा रहे हैं, सही जगह वहां जाके आउटकम आ रहा है, तो हम सब ग्रो करेंगे. वर्सेस आज कनाडा डाउन हो गया, अब यूरोप भेजना शुरू कर दो. आज यूरोप डाउन हो गया, आज मलेशिया भेजना शुरू कर दो. मतलब वो दैट विल फेड अवे ना एज इंडस्ट्री. अगर म्यूचुअल फंड में लोगों को रिटर्न्स नहीं आएंगे तो लोग नहीं इन्वेस्ट करेंगे ना. सिमिलरली पीपल हु आर गोइंग अब्रॉड, दे आर नॉट इन्वेस्टिंग एंड गोइंग द राइट टाइम, एंड देन एजेंट्स.
So what does that portal tell that which university is good, which is not?
You
good?
can know. You can ask all that. I'll show you. You can ask. Let's say I want to study in UK, so it will give all the process, how to apply, why to apply, this,
Okay.
that, and you can chit chat, right? Why? And it's also not. I'm not against agents. I mean, I have B2B partners. I work with all the education partners. So I'm saying 99% agents are good agents. They are one bad actors, and that in every industry. But how does it work to them also? There are lots of students who have not gone abroad, and probably there are people who are very smart, and there are people, हाँ जी बताइए मैम कहाँ जाना है. दोनों ही गलत है ना. आप इंफॉर्मेशन लीजिए, थोड़ा सा ऑब्जॉर्व करिए, देन आप एजुकेशन पार्टनर में जाओगे ना, तो यू कैन हैव अ कंजर्वेटिव, यू हैव अ इंक्लूसिव डिस्कशन कि अच्छा यूके, अच्छा मैंने तो ये पढ़ा था, वर्सेस एक बच्चा आके बैठ गया, हाँ जी भैया बाबूजी बताओ कहाँ भेजना है, वो कहीं भी भेजेगा. फिर आप कहोगे हमें ड्यूप कर रही है. नहीं यार, तू बिल्कुल बिना रिसर्च करे आ गया. So that is the purpose. Second, the ecosystem should increase, the pie should increase. अभी क्या होता है इस इंडस्ट्री में, सब पाए को ना like cutthroat competition है, dog fight है. That's why I'm not doing admission. मैं एडमिशन करना जो मैं काफ़ी अच्छे बड़े नंबर कर सकता हूँ, बट बिकॉज मैं जब नॉटिंग गया था तो किसी एजुकेशन एजेंट ने मुझे बता दिया NTU तेरे बेस्ट है. मैं LSE पढ़ सकता था, तो मैं उनको नहीं गलती कह रहा, मैं अपनी गलती कह रहा हूँ. Right? So it's coming from probably a very deep, personal experience. So similarly, then we have now created a Unilever Connect, जहाँ पे student want to connect with student alumni, student want to connect with future classmate, student want to connect with university directly, student want to connect with education partner, and then they guide you. So of course इसमें मेरा vested interest है, क्योंकि मुझे टॉप का फनल बनानी है, right? And ये सारा फनल पॉडकास्ट मैं इसलिए कर रहा हूँ. एजुकेशन सबको होता है एडमिशन, पोस्ट एडमिशन accommodation is a neglected part. Even universities will, they if you go to university that can you help me accommodation, you're like, yeah, first they get admission. आप go to education agents, you will like पहले वीजा तो आ जाए, right? Because accommodation में पैसा नहीं है. It's not a high margin game, it's a volume game. And it's also like it's a like getting your hands dirty. So my purpose of doing all this, and it is very publicly, that how we can create the right information, and not only agents, not only universities. When you are working with international Indian universities and making them international, universities के बहुत सारे exchange program जाते हैं, So we work with MIT, IIT, IIMs, you know, get exchange program. So these are, so many of the university we do their housing. So they go to exchange program and they go for like 4 to 6 to 12 weeks, right? And most of the campus don't have accommodation during that time, you know. So that's my business best interest. But then that is secondary. First, how can we arrange awareness? How can we educate? जैसे आपको पता भी नहीं होगा ना कि अच्छा accommodation भी एक इंडस्ट्री है और accommodation में भी प्रॉब्लम होती है. यूनिवर्सिटी में जाते हो यूनिवर्सिटी मिलती होगी ना, पर नंबर्स नहीं मैच करते. इंडिया में भी नहीं करते, इंटरनेशनल भी नहीं करते. तो मैम, लेट्स कम ऑन अ लास्ट बिट, you know, and as I mentioned, what drives you at this stage in career wherein now you need to do something which you can give it back to society, you know, probably for a bigger purpose, right? So I would like to know, you know, more about your rapid fire questions, which can be funny and which can be interesting, and anything which you are not comfortable, you can pass it. But I guess my team have, like, they're good people, you know. हम media नहीं है. And I'm not against media. They even media. In fact, I'm very fortunate. Everyone is very, very, you know, very, very supportive. You know, because lots of media houses have been doing PR. They've been putting us our reports and all. You know, because of this reason. Because our content is not biased. I don't want to do anything which say कि यार यूनिवर्सिटी, मैं तो ये भी नहीं बोलता यूनिवर्सिटी से बुक करो. मैं कहता हूँ कि start early, look beyond university halls. You know. So, a country whose education system impressed you the most? Rapid fire.
US.
Okay. One change you want to see in India higher education system by 2030?
Our students should become global citizens and they should become employable.
Totally with you, ma'am. Anything you do on this, count me in. Digital or in-person learning? What's your pick for the future?
Both. It has to be a blend of both. It cannot be either or situation. It has to be a blend.
If I want to ask one, like if I put you on a spot, say one, digital or in person?
In person.
In person. I'm with you. I believe in person is, I mean,
we did a draft national policy on blended education. And I think blended is the future. Hybrid is the future.
Blended future. And similarly, you know, like there are lots of my, you know, my esteemed guests and, you know, friends ऑनलाइन करते हैं. मैंने नहीं यार, इन पर्सन. ऑनलाइन में ना देखने को मजा आता है और ना बात करने में.
अब ये वाला इंटरव्यू अगर हम जूम पे करते हैं,
मजा ही नहीं था. मजा ही नहीं था. आप कनेक्ट ही नहीं हो पाते. Totally with you. What's harder, policy reform or mindset change?
Mindset change.
You want to go deep in this because you are a reformer.
See, why I'm saying this is, I'll give you just one example. In national education policy, we are saying that the students should be taught in their mother tongue. Okay, that is a policy reform.
Lovely.
To implement that policy reform, AICT is making books in mother tongue, NCERT is making books in mother tongue. When we go to the society, मैं तो अपने बच्चे को इंग्लिश मीडियम में पढ़ाऊंगी, मैं तो नहीं पढ़ाऊंगी मदर टंग में.
And I'll make you proud. So I sent my daughter to a school called प्रगति, हिंदी से शुरू कराया, इसीलिए मैंने वहाँ पे भेजा और मेरी वाइफ ने भेजा.
हाँ, तो बट हाउ मेनी पीपल हैव दैट माइंडसेट? तो जो माइंडसेट चेंज है ना सोसाइटी का, कि हाँ अपनी लैंग्वेज में पढ़ने से भी बच्चा आगे बढ़ सकता है.
आपको पता ना रीजन कि मतलब हम सब इंग्लिश हमें फोर्स कराई गई. मतलब सोचता तो हिंदी में था और फिर उसे इंग्लिश में बोलने के चक्कर बोल ही नहीं पाता था. उससे मेरा कॉन्फिडेंस हिलता था. फिर मैं अपने को स्पेस नहीं कर पाता था. राइट. सो आई मीन इंडियन एजुकेशन सिस्टम इज सो लॉजिकल, you know, that now, and it's so irony, you know, it's so ironical that I'm into education industry, higher education industry, and I'm vouching for Indian education system because, as you mentioned, blended, and it's not about studying India or studying abroad. It's about educating yourself, focus on your skills, build your life skills, and be logical and respect all the cultures. But ma'am, rapid fire, sorry.
So mindset is very, very important. Unless the mindset changes, you cannot introduce any policy reforms. Keep on making policies like we used to do in UGC, sitting in the air-conditioned rooms. But that policy will not be implemented unless mindset changes there. Therefore, mindset is more important than policy reform.
But कैसे होता mindset change? आपने तो practical करके दिखाया है कि आपने inclusive किया, उन्हें job दिलवाई, you know, और फिर धीरे-धीरे हुआ. It takes time. But if we want to put some, let's say, some आज की लाइफ में ना वो तीन 3 ways 5 ways वो चलता है ना इंस्टाग्राम में.
नहीं, बहुत सारा अवेयरनेस क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा,
Awareness.
पेरेंट्स का एजुकेशन करना पड़ेगा, बच्चों का एजुकेशन करना पड़ेगा, रोल मॉडल्स क्रिएट करने पड़ेंगे, बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस दिखानी पड़ेंगी. तो बहुत सारे काम है जिसको करके आपको माइंडसेट जब चेंज हो जाएगा फिर इट इज़ ईजी टू इम्प्लीमेंट. विदाउट माइंडसेट चेंज इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं होगा. हम निकालते रहेंगे किताबें, मतलब वी हैव नाउ बीटेक इन रीजनल लैंग्वेजेस, बच्चे कितने एडमिशन लिए 2-3, तो क्या फ़ायदा. तो
So true, so true. This is highlight for my interaction with you, that you're not one of those who give gyan. And sorry, but I still feel lots of people who are on in UCs, UGC and AUI, Indian universities and VCs and all, they might be very well learned, but हाथ गंदे करने में जब आते हैं ना, practical जब बात होती है ना, तो then mostly they disconnect with the reality. Sorry, I mean I'm not pointing at anyone and I'm no one to even say it.
नहीं, हमने तो उपले बनाए हैं ना. तो हाथ गंदे
Literally की है. So if you could give young women one piece of career advice, what would that be?
So for women, I feel many of us underestimate ourselves. So start believing in yourself. You can, and the day you feel that you can, you will do. So that is very important, because I know there was a group of women vice chancellors, which came from USA to our university, and they told me that in a country like USA, women vice chancellors earn less salary than the men vice chancellors.
वो तो यूएस में हो रहा है.
तो मैंने उनसे ये पूछा कि तुम इतना डेवलप्ड देश हो, हमारे देश में भी women vice chancellors and men vice chancellors, they get the same salary. How is it? Then they said that the salary in USA is not fixed, it is negotiated over the table, and women tend to negotiate lower. They feel we are not worth that much.
So
तो इसीलिए आज की डेट में अगर आप स्टैटिस्टिक्स देखें इन टर्म्स ऑफ नंबर ऑफ women, हम जितनी कॉन्वोकेशन में जाते हैं, all the gold medalists, first rank holders are women. When you see the number of students, it is almost 50-50. When you see assistant professors, it is 48% women, 52% men. When you go to associate professor, it reduces to 37% women, rest men. Professor, 27% women, rest men. Vice chancellor, 7% women, 93% men. और उनको ऐसा लगता है ये शायद कर नहीं पाएगी, ये तो मुश्किल काम है, ये कर नहीं पाएगी. So, but women can do, and the universities which are led by women, they are doing much better. So, I think
mindset.
self-realization that I can do it, or empowerment from within, that is my message to all the
कैसे
women.
होता है ये? आपने बोल दिया, मैं एक आपको प्रैक्टिस बताता हूँ. Right, today only I was messaging one of my founding team member. She just got blessed with a baby. Right, she's on maternity leave, and we are waiting for her to join. And at the same time, we're not in hurry to her join, because we have given 8 years of her golden years, and that's where we are done so well, right? But today I got a message. I don't know publicly I can do this or not, but I want to share with you. I got a message that Saurabh, मुझे लग रहा है मैं नहीं कर पाऊँगी join back. My husband is busy. I have in-laws who are unwell. I want to take care, and I have a kid, so I don't think I will be able to join back. I'm like, wait, take more time. This company, you are the first team member. I don't see this company without you. You want to take 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, take it, right? But then normally, अब मैं practically बोलूँ तो हम लोग आना चाहिए ना कि यार तू आ तो रही नहीं है, ऑफ पेपर हो जा, दिस हो जा, वो हो जा, राइट? बट उनसे आ रहा है, तो मैं
क्योंकि सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी उनकी ज़्यादा है ना,
राइट,
एंड दे फील इट ऑल्सो, दे ओन इट ऑल्सो कि दिस इज माई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, आई विल टेक केयर ऑफ माई फैमिली.
यहाँ पे ना उनको चेंज होने की जरूरत है. मैं बताऊँ उनको बोलता हूँ, मेरी वाइफ है, राइट,
उनको चेंज होने की जरूरत नहीं है, उनकी सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी तो उनके साथ है ही. जो हस्बैंड्स उनको चेंज करने की जरूरत है, दे हैव टू बी मोर सपोर्टिंग.
टोटली विद यू मैम, एंड आई एम नॉट अ बिग फर्म, लाइक मैं तो बोलना भी नहीं चाहिए, मुझे पिटाई होगी मेरी, राइट? बिकॉज आई एम बीन बिल्डिंग यूएसटी लिविंग, माय डॉटर हैज बीन ब्रॉट बाय माय वाइफ, न्यूक्लियर फैमिली. बट कहीं ना कहीं चलो, माय वाइफ इज वेरी क्लियर कि आई वांट टू रेज माय फैमिली, आई वांट you build your career. I feel good to build, embrace the family. But people who are already into career, and they're doing well, now they got a material leave, but because कहीं वो self conscious है ना कि यार मेरे husband का career ज़्यादा important है, या फिर let me also be very fair for for men, या फिर women feel that पैसा कमाना मेरी जरूरत हो रही है, मेरे पति कमाएगा ना, अरे दोनों को मिलकर कमाना चाहिए ना.
नहीं, मोस्टली ऐसा होता है कि उनको लगता है कि आई एम लेस इम्पोर्टेंट, वो अपने आप को एक कम इम्पोर्टेंट.
हाँ, ये तो फर्स्ट है, ये तो फर्स्ट है ही. और कहीं ना कहीं दूसरा ये भी हो जाता है, मतलब देखो, अगर सिर पे पड़ेगी और दोनों को पैसे कमाना है तो भी तो करते ना, मैंने देखा ना.
देखो, in my case, I went to this university for 6 years. It was away from Delhi. I had to stay there at least on a weekly basis. Weekend पे मैं घर आती थी. My husband took care of the kids. अगर वो कहते कि नहीं मैं तो देखूंगा ही नहीं, तुम्हें ही अपने बच्चे देखने हैं, तो मे भी मैं ज्वाइन ही ना कर पाती.
बिल्कुल.
तो इसलिए जो सपोर्ट है ना फैमिली का,
राइट,
that is very very important.
बट उसमें आपने भी तो, आप भी तो क्लियर थे ना कि मुझे करना है. यू डिडंट सेल्फलेस योरसेल्फ कि यार नहीं आप कर रहे हो ना जॉब, आप कर लो, मैं बच्चों को देख लूंगी. यू नो, तो कहीं ना कहीं इसमें सपोर्ट तो चाहिए, सोसाइटी भी चाहिए, एंड बट वुमेन आल्सो डोंट नीड टू फील सेकंड लेस.
हाँ, they should not feel guilty if I'm pursuing my career, तो that is वो guilt का feeling नहीं आना चाहिए.
ये it had to be both ways. You know, मतलब men को, husband को भी ज़्यादा support करने की जरूरत है. At the same time, women also need to be clear कि उन्हें career करना है. Then those should be supported. क्योंकि ये भी नहीं होना चाहिए कि men तो support कर रहा है, but you know,
laid back है.
Woman is laid back, and vice versa बिल्कुल. On that note, and the last question: if you weren't in education, what would you be? What would you be in doing? If you would have not been education, what you would be doing?
I think I would have been an advocate
for women empowerment.
Because I like I mean rationalizing, reasoning, logical things. So I think I would have been an advocate.
So I hope you know it was you know you liked this episode and you liked our conversation. Thank you.